Sparkle it's Fizzy and welcome back to my channel. Okay, for today's video we're going to be talking about a very serious topic. So you have toxic parents, like basically, or like it can be a toxic sibling, it could be a toxic pet. Like you never know, these cats be doing us dirty and scratching stuff. I'm just joking. But yeah, you may have a toxic parent or a toxic guardian, and you're trying to find ways as to which you can avoid this, as to which you can diffuse the situation or prevent them from being this way. Okay, here are my tips and tricks and ways that you can do that. But before we get into the video, please like, comment and subscribe so I can make more of these lovely videos for you. Because honestly, when you hear about toxic parents, you're like, oh yeah, they're toxic, blah blah blah. When you're in the situation, then it becomes very hard because they're somehow connected to you. You either live with them, or you have to communicate with them all the time, or because you love them. You can't avoid it, so you need to find ways as to which you can avoid this. And when you're in it, it's hard because they affect you mentally, physically. They might try to manipulate you and you don't know about it. They might be very jealous or narcissistic and they're not willing to change. Okay, so the first thing, before we even get into it, the first thing what I would advise you to do, if the situation is very bad, the person is hurting you, if you're in a terrible situation that no one should go through, if you're in an illegal situation, then I would highly advise you to call the police, find help in someone that you genuinely trust, but call the police and get help before you even get into this video. I'm most likely going to put some links down if you do need help to where, like, I live in England, so to services in England that you can go to. If you're not in England, then go to find services that you can use in your location. So distance is highly recommended. So like moving out to another house or whatnot. Or if you can't move houses, then it will be best to keep busy, focusing on yourself, being distracted. Of course, some parents may be dependent, so like even if you're in the house and you're very busy, they may always approach you and keep approaching it, because you can't deny them of like communicating with them. Another thing you can do is try going outside more. So I highly recommend like getting a car so that you can travel to different places if need be. Next thing is to not encourage toxic tendencies. So try to not encourage it as much as you can. This could be things like maybe drugs or alcohol, arguments, creating stress, or TV shows that may trigger a certain behavior. And also a good way would be to communicate with them and find out as to why they do such things, especially if they're ones to want to change themselves. Then I would try to communicate like what triggered this, why did you react in that way. Another good thing to do would be to keep your private life private, because I don't know how toxic they are, what it is, but it could affect your private life. So it could be with friends, or like maybe other family members. It could be because of the things that you do. You need to choose what to tell your parents, know what things trigger them, or what things may bring up to say things that you don't like that they say. There may also be some friends that you hang out with. They may be good people, it's just that there are certain aspects of them that your parents may not like. That doesn't affect you or the relationship between yourself and the parent, or doesn't affect you. The next thing you can do is keep your happiness private, and this is mainly directed to parents who may be jealous, or parents that don't like it when you're happy or successful. It would be best to keep your achievements, goals private. Keep your happiness private. I know it sounds sad, but you need to protect what you build. You need to protect yourself and your future, so keep it as private as you can. Another thing you can do is put a lock on your door if the parent may not have boundaries. I advise you to put a lock on your door. The only cons to this is that you may not be able to put a lock on the door based on the type of house that you have. So you might not be able to, amend things or alter things to the door, or safety reasons as well, because you might like fall over, trip over, hit your head, and because family members can't access your room, something may occur. So take this very light, even though it's a great solution. Because I like my privacy, so I like putting a lock on my door, but because of that safety aspect, do it highly. I'll consider it highly. But I genuinely enjoy having a look on my, because I like my privacy, I like my boundaries. But because of that aspect, I do side eye. So think about it first before you do so. Okay guys, my laptop died, so I had to like change the location, but this is what it is. It's so hot right now, but we're gonna continue doing this. Okay, so the next thing that you can do is this is what I would do. Block them on social media. Honestly, on social media you want to post your best, like what you're doing in life, your best pictures. You want to post yourself looking cute. So on social media, that is like the worst place for that toxic parent to like interact with you, only because they might make a comment on your social media post. They might message you, spam you, look at all of your stories and whatnot, share things with maybe family members. And it's like, you need to live your life at the end of the day. As long as you're doing things that are legal, as long as you're showing what is appropriate on social media, then you should be okay to do so. So social media is a definite must. Also, if they live far away, you could block them on. You might need to block their number, especially if they're very like, whenever you conversate, they're spouting maybe derogatory words, and even though you haven't done anything bad, this is coming from their own like probably like insecurities, or if they themselves are struggling with things like that. But or if they're very rude with their words, then you might need to like block them for, I wouldn't say forever, but you can block them for like 4 months or a few months, if that is necessary, if it gets that bad. Of course, not everybody could do this, so I would say only apply it to those who are far away. If you don't want to block them, then I would set a timer on your phone. I presume that most phones can do that, or like maybe WhatsApp can do that. So set like a 2-hour timer or 1-hour timer. Maybe that your parent might or guardian might talk for a long time, and you don't have the time. You need to focus on maybe studies, you need to focus on work, you need to focus on your kids or whatnot. Then I would put a timer on your phone, and also let them know that you have a timer so they don't get offended. But a timer is great. Tip applies to those who have told like their parent, a guardian, that they're doing whatever they're doing, and you've made this decision. Let's say you maybe, guys, this is crazy, maybe you want to have kids. Maybe, let's say you've made this decision, you've got the family you want, and you just want to have kids. They don't need to have kids, because this is a terrible example, but you know, it's a terrible example, but guys, I'm trying to use an example. Be consistent and make it happen if that's what you truly want to do. So when you decide to have kids, just be consistent that you're gonna have children. Of course, prepare for it, be responsible, put yourself in a place where you can. If that is the situation, they're not happy with it, will be best to just do you, boo. Ignore them and do what you need to do. And actions speak louder than words. So at the end of the day, no matter what is said, if you put in the action, then they're gonna have to come to terms with the fact that you're having kids. Yeah, this is a better example. Like, let's say you're moving to another country, but your parents don't want you to move to another country or something. They're very, very against it. They're hiding your passports or whatever. Then I would say you have to put a plan in place and just tell them, be consistent with them every day. Let them know, organize things, have things ready, prepare your medical insurance and your uni applications, and actually prepare to go. Just tell them all the time, be consistent. And if they still don't like it, you've been told, you've been warned that's going to happen. Of course, do take on the cons of whatever reason they don't want you to go to that country. This is an example, obviously, yeah. But yeah, none of the above works. Or if you live with them, then and nothing's working, then it will be best is to plan, because you're not the first person with a toxic parent, so it will be best to plan to like move out as early as you can. Of course, when you're comfortable. I would say maybe 20, 22. But plan, save up, so that you can move out and live by yourself, or move out with whomever. And so that this is a way so that you can be apart from that toxic person, or from that toxic parent, and then you can live your best life. Okay, that's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. I hope you Please like, comment, and subscribe if you felt vibe and enjoyed my video. That was much appreciated. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Anyway, Sparkle Me. That was it for today. Toodles.